Hello and welcome. My name is Greg Smith and I'm going to be leading you through this discussion today, looking at the obligations of supervisors under health and safety legislation in the West Australian mining industry. Now, in this program, we're going to cover the following key areas. First, even though we're talking about your obligations as a supervisor, it's important to recognise that a supervisor has many other roles. So a supervisor is an employee. From time to time they may be a statutory manager and they may hold specific appointments under the Mine Safety and Inspection Act. It's important to understand that supervisors always play an important role in helping the company demonstrate whether the company is meeting its obligations under health and safety legislation. So because of this variety of roles, we're going to have a look at the different roles that might apply to you in your capacity, in your different capacities under the Mine Safety and Inspection Act. We're also going to have a look at the legislation. Now, we're not going to do this in a lot of detail. I'm not going to take you chapter and verse through every regulation, but we're certainly going to have a look at the legislation, the Mine Safety and Inspection Act, to understand what it actually says about supervisors and supervision. As part of doing that, we're going to explore the importance of supervisors and why supervision has come to play such an important part in health and safety management and in health and safety legislation. Finally, we're going to review a number of case studies, and those case studies will help you understand your obligations as a supervisor in practice. They'll give you some guidance about the sorts of issues you need to have to pay attention to as a supervisor and the sorts of things you need to pay attention to having regard to your obligations for safety and health. Now, the program is not an assessed or a pass-fail program, but at the end of a number of sections, not all of them, but a number of them, there's a short questionnaire. Now, the purpose of the questionnaire is simply to get you to acknowledge the key points from each section. Now, we only do this to confirm that you've understood what's been discussed and so that we can reinforce the most important points. If you have any problems accessing any part of the program, or you have any questions about the topics raised, or any other concerns really that you'd like to understand about your obligations for safety and health under the Mine Safety and Inspection Act, please feel free to email me directly. Otherwise, we can get into it and start with part one.